أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Your love is all I need, Allah.
Today we are going to discuss the feature of literature, that is
Purpose.
what?
Purpose.
Purpose of the author. And the author can be known with different names. Sometimes the author is known as poet. When
He writes.
very good. When he writes, when he authors, when he creates what? Poetry. The author is known as dramatist.
When he writes drama.
Excellent. When he writes some drama. And the author is known as novelist.
When he writes some novels.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
The author is known as a story writer.
When he writes some story.
What is clear?
Yes, sir.
The author is known as columnist.
When he writes some column
Some
in the
column.
newspaper.
Excellent. These authors, whenever they author something,
Behind his purpose.
behind that
Purpose.
authoring, writing, creation, there is always some purpose.
Purpose.
Not a single thing is there in the universe which
Without
has been created without some purpose.
Purpose.
So how can the writing of some author be without some purpose?
purpose.
Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
I was talking about the word purpose. What does it mean?
It means the idea behind the things.
Okay, the idea behind something is known purpose. Very good.
Yes.
Some feeling and some emotions in the mind of the author.
Okay, purpose mean
Reason.
the reason for which something is done or the reason for which something is created. Our purpose is the reason for which something is attended,
Attentive.
something is picked, something is displayed, something is
is seen.
consulted, and so on.
Yeah.
The purpose of this explanation,
Convey
absolutely right. There is a reason behind that.
Yes.
That is the clarity.
clarity.
The suitable, the relevant, the appropriate examples make the students understand.
Yes.
The purpose of giving example is
To make
clarity,
Clarity.
to make the students understand in the real sense. Purpose means the reason for which something exists. So many devices exist over here in this room. The purpose of this mic,
The reason-
recording.
the purpose of this device,
To see clear.
excellent. The purpose of this writing board,
To write something.
excellent. For the students, so that they can see and understand. There is a purpose
Purpose.
of their existence. The meaning of purpose is clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Sure.
Yes.
The poet, who is author, he has also the purpose of his versification, of his poetry, or the purpose of his poems.
Poems.
These purposes can be different, and they are 5 in number generally, but they can be more. The first purpose of the poet is to share
Feelings.
feelings. I'm sure you know the meaning of feelings.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
There are 5 input devices which
Yes.
every human has.
Has. Sen-
What is clear?
Yes.
5
Yes,
senses.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Whenever our 5 senses take some data from the surrounding,
Yes.
from outside,
We start.
they send this data to the brain.
Brain.
And the very first thing
Reaction.
which happens in the brain, that is called feeling.
Feeling.
See, I am feeling. Feeling of smoothness. No. Feeling of roughness. No. Feeling of disgusting. No.
Yes.
No.
Feeling of
Feeling.
taste.
Thank God, no, I have got rid of this dust. No.
Dust.
So our body always feels.
Feels.
So with every human beings, different feelings are attached. So the poet addresses all these feelings on
Various
different
poetry.
occasions in different poems. So the poet
First.
writes his poem to express feelings.
Feeling.
No, these feelings can be of different kinds. Feelings of
Joy.
joy, feeling of sadness, feeling of anger, feeling of
Fear.
feelings of loneliness. So the author writes his poem
To share
with the purpose to share the feeling of love, the feeling of hate, the feeling of anger, the feeling of sadness, the feeling of loneliness, and so on.
Yes.
The second purpose of the author to author something is to tell some story. Listening to some story is quite natural.
Yes.
Human beings love to listen to the stories, and they also love to tell the stories.
Yes.
As literature is a reflection of the society,
Yes, sir.
समझ गए?
Yes, sir.
So the poet takes that feature of human beings
Yes.
and uses that,
Right.
utilizes that. You know, your very first poem, which is there in your syllabus, no?
Canterbury
Very good, no? Canterbury Tales.
Yes.
Tales, stories.
Stories.
And there are 24 stories.
Yes, sir.
Different passengers now on the way to Thomas Beckett's
Thomas Beckett.
Yes.
no, shrine.
Shrine.
And on the way they tell,
They tell a
stories.
story.
A story told by some nun.
None.
A story told by some
Right.
monk. A story told by some
Some
prior. And the second poem, Paradise,
Now,
is also
John
story.
Milton tells us about the story of
John Milton now
Yes.
tells us the story of Adam and Eve.
The story
And
of
absolutely that. And the story of Adam and Eve and Satan.
Satan. The
Clear?
fall-
Yes.
Excellent, no? And then Satan and his army.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Different stories, no? Different, no? You can say parts are there. No?
Yes.
Yes.
Second purpose is
Tell
to
a
tell a
story.
story. The author writes his poem with the purpose, no, to tell some story. And sometimes the purpose of the author is to send a message. To whom? To the reader, to the hearer, to the listener, to the audience, to the people, and so on. And this message is known theme.
Right.
Very, very important. In short, theme is something, no, which makes you think about. I'll explain that in detail over there during our story section. Theme of love, theme of hate, theme of anger, theme of pleasure, theme of so many themes are there. And the fourth purpose of the author is
humorous.
what?
Humorous.
Humorous. No. The author writes, no, with the intention, no, to develop humor.
Humor.
Humor is quite natural.
Natural. Yes.
People, they love to laugh. The people, they love to smile. The people love to listen to the joke, and the people love to tell the joke.
Joke.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Celebration is quite natural phenomenon.
Yes, sir.
Excitement, laughter. What's clear?
Yeah.
The fifth one is that the poet writes the poem in order to describe someone or something.
Something.
So the fifth purpose is description.
बड़ा जी करदा सी नेड़े रमे रवि ते कोल बमे बावें ते करे गल्ला गल्ला ते करे प्यार दियां गल्ला ते करे प्यार दियां बड़ा जी करदा सी तू मिले
Clear?
Yes, sir.
You've understood the purpose?
Purpose of author. First.
Clear?
Yes.
Purpose, no? and mainly all 5 purposes are clear.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow with our last session as far as the poetry is concerned.
CSS 20 weeks, PMS 20 weeks, Judiciary 20 weeks, English 20 weeks, IELTS 10 weeks, Creative Writing 10 weeks, Life Skills A1 4 weeks, English MDCAT 20 days, Interview 20 days, Day-to-day English Conversation 100 hours, OA Level 16 weeks, Skill to Read the Holy Quran 100 days, Translation of the Holy Quran 30 weeks.